Hello, everybody. Welcome to the sunshiny spring back. There's a spring forward and fall back. It's spring forward.
Spring
Anyway,
forward.
they effed with our clocks again. All I gotta say about it.
Except Arizona.
And if you think it's bad if you're an adult, I used to run a daycare while I was going through graduate school. I was the assistant director. You have not lived with daylight savings time till you've done it with a school full of kids under the age of 4. They don't know, especially the little ones. They don't know. Why aren't you feeding me now?
An internal clock.
Right. Yeah, and it's
Yeah,
with all our clocks. So
there's so much nonsense.
yes, and I live in the most nonsensical state in the world. And thank you for not bombarding me with questions like, why did that happen in Texas? Y'all would know if you've listened to me very long, because it's Texas. It's just screwed up. And Jasmine did the right thing. She could have dragged it out, and they could have pulled it out and dragged in all this stuff. And the one thing I will say from that night, I was sitting there while I was watching them screw with the polls, and I was using an F word for the polls. Screw with the polls during the day, and Sean was going to different African polls that are heavily in African American communities. They were all the ones where the voting machines didn't work. The Park Cities, which is where SMU is, which is where my first introduction to Dallas was, which is where the gazillionaires live, all their machines work just fine. You know, and that's an old trick we have in this part of the world. But I was just watching it and I'm like, why do you wait until the last day to vote? Texas has 9 days of early voting. I go and always vote the second or third day. First day, there's some people who really like to get in there and vote. And I always go, and I know, and when you vote early, and this is true all over, you can go to any polling place. They can't screw with the machines like that. So that would be my lesson to anyone who watched that horrific problem on Tuesday night.
And how do you think they can mess with the machines like that? What could have made that happen?
After so many votes are tallied, they screw, they block, they stop, it's just they're machines. How that can happen. They're machines. I mean,
Vicky from Wisconsin too. Good morning. A couple Wisconsinites here.
Yeah, you got a lot of Wisconsin people in here. And we're already at 1:31, so maybe this starting later works better.
We started earlier.
I know, but they had a chance to wake up and go, oh my God, I'm in the wrong timeline. I did that one year when I was young and spry and woke up early in the morning. I went to the grocery store and I got there and the doors were locked and I couldn't figure out what's wrong. I didn't. That was more than 50 years ago because it was before I was a mother. Anyway, what else is we've had tornadoes. We're in very unstable weather. Please listen. They used to have, when we had listened to regular radio here, they'd send out squealy notices to tell you there was one coming for you. Now, unless you're hooked into the internet somehow and have one of those guys that can break through no matter what. So please pay attention to your weather because we're in a very unstable weather situation. Unless in California.
Early tornadoes. I seen Michigan had some deaths from tornadoes yesterday or Friday. I think it was yesterday. How unfortunate.
That's so out of season. I don't ever remember as a child hearing about tornadoes being in the Midwest this early.
Usually, but winter is going longer, so
you can't win no matter which way it goes.
It's like it shifted a month later. Wisconsin's all used to be really cold in February. Now it's mostly in February. And it's warm up till Christmas now. It's crazy. I've had 2 snowfalls this year where I needed to use a snowblower. I think I had 2 last year too. Crazy. And climate change ain't real.
That's right. And okay, we're going to go in. We did get some questions.
Rock and roll.
Oh. Let me put them together. I had 6 people who contacted me on, who responded. So we're going to see starred. No. Okay, we'll start with this one. How many years before we'll be able to destroy this regime, including the countries destroy it for us? I know it will be a miserable shape at the end of this. How many years?
Yeah, if it goes until 2029, we're not going to have a country. So much destruction. Yeah, let's get a timeline, I guess. See what the universe says, how much more pain we need to deal with.
I think I'll throw it in the garden because I do timing better there.
How long before?
Well, that's not a good sign. One of the stones rolled flat off the grid. 28. Yeah, it's going to be 29. 28. We're going to see major changes by 28. I've decided this is this year, next year, and next year. And clarity about how it's going to be done just rolled off the board. Didn't even stay around to talk about it. But we're going to be finding a whole new set of grounding rules, a whole new way to run. But it's going to mentally take us until 2029 to feel like we might be out of the woods. What do you got, Scott?
Good Lord. That's depressing.
I know. Well, do you trust any of them?
No.
We got to get a whole bunch of new Supreme Court justices.
In the past, this is like supposed to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Because I get basically like the angels are behind us.
Right.
We have our strength and courage. Kind of like we were meant to be here for this time, that kind of feeling.
Yeah.
Because I get the King of Cups, the Ace of Wands, and my Strength card. Strength shows the world together.
Mm-hmm.
Strength and courage. The Ace of Wands is that universal energy, teamwork. King of Cups is the empathetic leadership kind of feeling, So I get the feeling that's why we're supposed to be here together, probably to bring it all down, right?
Right.
And on the bottom, I have my angels card. Again, reaffirming that they got our back kind of feeling. So moving forward, I get the Page of Coins. There will be a new path. And then I get the Moon. And then the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords is my military card, that kind of feeling, that rage. The Moon, it's kind of like it's undetermined when that new path will come. It's an October card, number 10, but I don't think 2030 kind of feeling. Let's see what the outcome is here. Knight of Coins is that patience and honor. 8 of Cups, leaving the past behind. walking away, and then the Five of Swords, struggles and conflicts. So years destroy this regime. I guess it's kind of like, is it to get our what do you call it?
Get our democracy feedback under us.
Democracy back, and our allies to trust us.
Well, that's the worst of it all.
It kind of feels like I think the ally thing is way out, but I think the change is coming soon. I got the October card. I got the Five of Swords with the 5 months card. I feel like change is happening this year, but the respect is going to take a while.
Well, even if you pass a law, it takes so long to implement it. Even if they pass a law that they have to recreate some of the things that have been destroyed, or they have to restructure some of the things, it takes a while. We
can see with COVID, it took 2 to 3 years to get back to normal.
Right.
So,
well, we didn't never get back to normal.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know.
To get the economy back rolling again, that kind of feeling.
Well, you saw we lost over 1 million jobs last month in the job market. So much for the economy too, guys. How long do you see this non-war lasting?
Yeah, it was doesn't look like it's going to be soon. Like, I think last week we were getting like the end of the month, but the way it's going now, it certainly doesn't seem like it, unless tacos.
Yeah, but do you think that what's happening with gas, it's already hit here. Our gas has already gone way up. And, we're a gas supplying country, but in the countries that really supply, when it comes through the Gulf of Hormuz, Japan, China, Korea, if you go into the Asian countries, they're going to be hurting in 3 months like nobody's business. And I don't know how much of an economic effect they can pull down on us. I do know that at least in Texas, although you wouldn't know, well, you'd know it somewhat by watching what's happening in the races here, but there are a lot of Republicans who are tired of having their businesses torn up by policies that are going on, and they're walking away. They don't have the money natively here. Still have way too many, but what'd you see?
Arguments over greed. So there's an internal struggle I'm seeing within leadership, devilish actions in between, and people are fighting. They don't like what's going on, actually. So there's a lot of fighting going on with that devil. And King of Wands is my leadership card. 5 of Wands is that internal fighting, and then of course we get the devil. Then the strength card comes in again, trying to find balance. We're at unknown territory and worries about the budget. So yeah, strength, undecided where to go, and then worries about budget. Outcome, empathetic leaders with the King of Cups. King of Swords is authoritarian leaders. And then we have good news. That's showing leadership, cooperation. So that isn't showing me destruction and ongoing long time. But it does feel like 6 to 8 weeks rather than three weeks.
Yeah, I asked it a little differently, Scott. I said, will it end in 2026? Where we really see it's like ended. And I got no. Although the powers that be are going to try to pull it together and get past it. But I said, how about 2027? And I got, that's when they're going to throw their arms down. That's when that's the 5 of Wands reversed. And then it's going to be, nobody wants the grief and the sorrow of what's happened. Judgments will be spoken to each other to make changes. The struggle will be done because people want to go to a happier place. They want to remember times of peace. So I think it's going to be early 2027.
This administration cannot have, if they want any semblance of leadership, to let this go for 9 months or more.
Mm-hmm.
They will all be cast out.
Well, that's true. Did you see anyone running around crying for the loss of Kristi Noem this week?
No.
Not Miriam wants to know, not to be a downer, but will democracy survive in the U.S.? Yes, it will.
I believe it will. There's a lot of repairs to be done.
Well, and there's repairs that should have been done a long time ago from what's coming out.
I mean, rats are jumping the ship. A lot of Republicans are bailing out.
They do too. And they all go off and nurse their little wounds. Carrie Dye. Will Vanke ever turn on her father publicly if it matters self-preservation? You're talking about when they really start looking for where did all that money go? And it's not turning on her father. It's turning on Jared. That's my sense.
That guy, holy crap. He shouldn't even be touching anything.
You mean the newt whose father got sort of, they said, you know, France doesn't need you either. Goodbye.
It's unbelievable how he's even remotely involved. In the past, she's been hiding out, not being in the public space, just silently collecting her money. In the current, she's all in behind the scenes. I get the Lovers, Judgment, Minor Pentacles, so I think she's all in with the family, with the grift, just trying to stay away from the Judgment.
That's right. That's what I get too. It's
moving forward, just make things happy with the 6 of Swords, Ace of Wands, 2 of Wands, making deals, being happy. There will come a day when the Tower will happen, though, between the family and them. Blind choice is coming. How to give and receive later. Inheritance, and then a Tower. So he'll die before she turns on him.
I think he'll die before she has a way to turn on him, because I don't
get the Tower happening in the future.
Yeah.
And then inheritance happening, division of money with the 6 of Pentacles, and then blind loyalty with the 2 of Swords. So publicly, no, I think he's going to pass before any. And then she's going to try to hide from the public criticism of what he did. It's self-preservation for her.
Well, they've already been through it. When they left the White House, they thought, well, we're millionaires. We can go wherever we want. And there were all these neighborhoods that wouldn't sell to them. That should have been a big hint. You can move in the neighborhood, can't belong to the country club.
They don't. It's unbelievable. They don't need any more freaking money.
I know.
They can live off interest.
Will the felon get a presidential funeral, or will his crimes make him ineligible?
Will he lie in state, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the way of it. Good Lord, I hope not. He wasn't invited to the opening of Obama's presidential library or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's something opening up. I can't remember what it is, but Bush, Clinton, Biden were invited, but not the felon. Aw.
I can't imagine why.
Well,
I'm just going to ask if he'll have a presidential funeral.
tough one. There's a little bit of infighting about it. Because I get the delusion along with the Knight of Wands as the energy to think about. So like the Knight of Wands is like, yes, we're going to do it. Inspired. And then we got the delusions like, nah, we shouldn't. And then here's the arguments coming in and the stresses, the 10 of Wands. So we got the offer of the Page of Cups, the Chariot, kind of like making it happen, you know, per processional and everything. But then there's heavy burdens about it. But I think when it comes down to it, he's going to.
Yeah.
But it's like no one shows up kind of feeling.
It's going to become like most dressed down. Like they're going to forget the bunting. You know, the red, white, and blue. What I got was, yes, they will, because there are going to be people on the Democratic side speaking about the fact you're honoring the office, not him.
Yeah, I got my Democrat card too. That makes sense.
And they say it won't appear balanced. They want to take the higher road, the star. They'll have control of how it's run. So it's not going to be a bunch of MAGA red hats mess. And it's to try and bind the wounds. And then I said, I'm going to pull one card. What is behind this happening this way? And I got this. Ace of Cups. So.
Shouldn't be that way.
No. Why was Condoleezza Rice?
So yeah, that was kind of strange. She has nothing to do with sports. But she was hanging out at that weird sports meeting Friday, I think it was. Why was Condoleezza Rice? Why was Condoleezza?
Ooh. She was there to give him a warning.
Look kind of friendly.
She was not. She didn't take this. She thought they could sneak her in easier than other people. But it's about if he wants to get out of trouble, get out of the Eight of Swords, and not be forced to walk away. That's what they're trying to get him to do. And it left him with the giant Nine of Swords over his head. And she was there Speaking for the King of Cups, now I'm going to have to do a reading because I don't know who that is.
Oh my God. I got pretty much the same cards. I
Oh
got
my
the
God.
King of Cups. I got the Nine of Swords.
Mm-hmm.
My sense is that it was like an advisor to warning.
Yeah, it's like, and if Condoleezza shows up, she's connected to all of those guys. Let's see, who is the King of Cups?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Is she upstanding? And no, we don't have heartfelt feelings for her, but
No,
she's establishment, right?
she was there to create a new beginning, trying to tell him how they're going to get him out of this. But he rejected the whole thing.
Yep, I think so too.
Queen of Swords upside down. Get out of here, lady with your mouth.
Yeah, I got her coming in as the Queen of Cups. I think that's basically her representing the United States kind of feeling. And then next to the King of Coins, who 45 always is. And then I got my disaster, failure, anxiety card. And so that's where I think you're coming in the same too.
Mm-hmm.
That there was a warning there.
Yeah.
I had the King of Cups, King of Swords, and Magician next to each other in the past. It's like there's some talking, some kind of warning about what he's doing in Iran, in the Middle East. That's what it feels like. A lot of destruction, loss of money. Outcome. Your honor is going through dark times and creating a lot of conflicts that we don't need. I think that was the message she sent.
I also had another blinding flash. She told him he doesn't have the Supreme Court.
Good.
And that he needs to, that's why he does all this crap, because they're not going to do anything to him, right? Because the Supreme Court told him. Okay, good Sunday morning, Scott.
Hey, good morning.
Sad week in the Midwest. Strange and scary weather for all of us.
Oh, yeah, I was mostly that I seen was in Michigan. I didn't catch any here that I noticed.
You had Lake Michigan protecting you.
What's next? So she wants us to be a weatherman.
Yeah. Just think like your max velocity, and you're going to tell us what all the weather is.
We're Al Roker this morning.
Al Roker.
Weather. Well, I'm just concentrating the Midwest because that's their question.
I have a beastly hot summer. Hot, dry summer. If we keep it in the weather mode.
Willard Scott. I remember watching him when I was young, and I'm always like, I want to be in that Smucker's jar someday to make it to 100. Okay, I'm seeing the near term thunderstorms, rain in the near term. Bad energy. There's bad energy in the atmosphere.
Yeah, I think you're going to have a horrible summer. But then after that, I got all yes cards. It's going to be beautiful.
And then there's going to be some radical. I get the tower coming up. Hopefully that's just bad thunderstorms, lightning. Hopefully, instead of tornadoes, more. Out comes summer. It's a little chaotic with the Knight of Swords, but overall, fine. I get Strength and King of Wands with the weather this summer in the Midwest. So the Knight of Swords would makes it feel like thunderstorms here and there. I don't know. How do you predict hot with your cards?
I said, I had a flash. Is it going to be a hot summer? And I got 3 yeses, and everybody's going to be feeling they're starting to really focus on climate change. Oh my God, this is really happening. And then I said, will it straighten out in time before it destroys everything? And I got yes. This is a yes. This is a yes. This is the Queen of Pentacles, which is normally surrounded by beautiful lush fields. And people are going to feel like they can move on from there, and they're going to come to terms with the climate around them. But I asked if the summer was going to be beastly, and I got this card, 9 of Swords.
Yes.
So, sorry about that, guys. And one thing I know is beastly hot summers.
On the bottom, I had my my Justice card.
I don't normally tell the weather.
Kind of balanced. Yin and yang. You're gonna have good. You're gonna have bad. That was on the bottom. So to me, that would mean it's going to be kind of a normal.
I don't think it's going to be a long, drawn out thing, but I think it's going to be. I don't think you're going to have 100 degrees for 100 days because you'd have to start now. But
Well, the Midwest generally doesn't.
I know.
At most, we maybe crack 100 a couple days in the summer as a normal. But there's always those bad chances of bad thunderstorms.
Okay. I'm clicking some questions. Then I'm going to go back to questions. I was using that question to let's see. Let me start. You answer this next one and I'll, okay. Oh, you have a strong feeling about this one. No, that's not the one you have a strong feeling about.
Mark Wayne.
Who?
Another clown. He's less qualified than Noam was.
Yeah. Let's see if we can go find somebody who's a bigger loser. But I don't think he shoots animals and brags about it. Okay, where is this one?
We want to just take that one while you're looking?
Yeah, just to make that answer that one.
Mark Wayne. Well, he can't do nothing until he's confirmed. I'm not sure why that process is. I can't remember why he can't. There's a rule or something. He can't be acting.
Yeah, they have 90. Some shops do not have acting directors. You either are or you aren't. And the Department of Homeland Security, I would think, would be one of the ones you wouldn't want to screw with.
So we have no leader right now in the DHS. Okay, Mark Wayne. I think it's a bad career move if he takes it, in my opinion. He's going to save Senate seat, and he would move up to that for... Makes no sense. It's career ending to take it, in my opinion.
Well, it's career ending to go into this administration.
True. Home and running the show. Ugh. So yeah, I'm showing all the dark contracts that Noam and DHS pilfered.
Mm-hmm.
They pilfered all the contracts for their own prosperity. He's got support, but he will be a disaster.
Mm-hmm.
Outcome shows he's going to take it and get confirmed, but it's going to be a disaster, as it has been.
Well, it would be.
I got the Sun and the Wheel of Fortune and Strength card in the outcome, so that's definitely being confirmed. But because who he is, what he knows, it'll be a disaster.
Mm-hmm.
So, but if I was him, I would never take it. Yeah, if he takes it, he'll be exposed for who he is, and he'll be fired and never have a job again.
Mm-hmm. But if they grabbed enough money on the way out the door and they don't end up being sued for it.
Yes, he is, Laura. It's whack-a-mole. Whack-a-mole at this point. Who's going to stay?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good Lord.
Well, at least that guy won't have an affair with Lewandowski that we know of.
Corey's already propositioning him. I want my jet. Did you find the next one?
Yes. Is Dan Crenshaw planning something bad? Dan Crenshaw's the state legislator from Texas that lost, who was real MAGA and was caught up in all kinds of mess. And he has a patch on his eye. I mean, the guy looked like a pirate.
I guess he lost it in the service or whatever.
Yeah. But anyway, is he planning something bad? Yeah, he's really pissed.
Be nice if he just burns it all down.
If he could open his mouth and tell what he's seeing, that would help.
Yeah, you lost. You have nothing to lose. You're out of the MAGA train.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. What's Dan planning on for the next, what? It's March, next 9 months?
Yeah.
What's Dan Crenshaw's plan for the next 9 months? What's Dan? I mean, what few videos I've seen of him, sometimes he's kind of crazy, but other times he makes sense. He's not, wouldn't always be MAGA nuts. I guess he wasn't MAGA.
He always had that look like he was just one sheet away from us knowing who he really was.
Ooh. He might burn shit down, I'm thinking.
Yeah, he wants a whole new beginning for himself.
So his prosperity is blocked
with
the 8 of Swords and the Moon. So he's got some depressional secret thoughts here with the Moon. Moving forward, he doesn't want to do anything. He's pretty disappointed about losing his seat with his strength, his security. Security gone, and he's upset with the money that's going to be lost with the old crap. Outcome, there's going to be a tower. There's of what he knows, and then the stress and burdens. So I think he's going to burn something down.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have the worry to care anymore.
That's right.
I think he might just come out kind of like an MTG feeling.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to burn it down now.
Yeah, he sees himself as the good messenger, and he wants his own prosperity. That's the that's the empress. But what he's got going for him was he was always sort of the twisted knight. He's always been a liar. And now he's got the distrust of everybody who ever spoke to him. And he's got the Seven of Pentacles. He's not invested himself properly. He's screwed.
Yeah, I don't see it happening soon. Because there were some delays in there and some reflection, but towards the end, it feels like he's gonna be a little feisty and say some stuff.
Will Tucker Carlson run for president in 2028? Now that he's got Marjorie's support. No.
Tucker Carlson. Like he has any chance.
I pulled one card. It's the world. He thinks the world circles around him, and he's totally deluded.
Tucker Carlson. Good Lord. Same thing as that sportscaster show guy talking about running. I can't remember his name right now. Black guy. He's interjected politics into his sports talk show, whatever. Totally deluded too, thinking he can run for president.
I wouldn't know because, first of all, it's a sports talk show, so I wouldn't know.
Right. His name has escaped me. I see his face, but maybe someone knows. Tucker sees himself as a leader with a King of Wands, Five of Pentacles. He'll have no support financially. Here's a woman by his side thinking he can be a leader. This could be MTG. And then I get death card of running. It's like exploratory, but I don't think he's got the connections and the support to actually go through it. So I think he's going to explore the idea.
Mm-hmm.
The death card's going to show he has no chance of winning. He's not going to put the time and energy unless the polling's there to do it. It's kind of like other people when they get in and they see they have no chance. I'm like, why do they even follow through? Put all that money and energy into someone polling at 2%. It's kind of like Wesley Hunt in the Senate, in Texas. Why he didn't just pull out because he had zero chance of winning.
Apparently, Celtic Seer and someone had an interesting conversation in here, which I will read later when I go back and look at the stuff.
Oh, yes. Stephen A. Smith. Thank you, Mr. Talks. Stephen A. Smith is the broadcaster that thinks he can run for president.
Okay. No, I'm glad somebody knowed because I don't. Not my job. I have enough trouble avoiding politics. It's really not hard to avoid sports. I learned how to do that years ago. Will the truth come out about military death toll?
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen, but there's a lot of misinformation reporting that there's a lot more death tolls.
Mm-hmm.
Germany supposedly on alert, like for hospitals and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know if it's just the Iranian media putting something out there to make the troops feel better that they have kills, or if it's actual. So that's what we want to find out. If the death toll is over 6 or 7.
Okay. Well, it's like all the other false media.
Right.
If they're lying, there'll be an outrage. If they're not, there won't.
Because the media over there keeps pushing if it's
Well, they got people lying dead in the street. And they
actually,
lost in elementary school.
well, we're talking our troops.
I know.
Is it 560 is what the number they're pushing out? So let's see if that's the truth or not. They're
Good
lying.
morning. So this person wants to, Patty Sylvan Butterfly wants to file a complaint with someone to get her hour of sleep back. Any thoughts? The only thing I have to do now is go change the time on my microwave, and then my world will be all even again.
So I think our information is restricting what's actually happening over there.
Mm-hmm.
2 cards on that about the death toll over there.
Yeah.
So I got King of Swords, Sun, and the 8 of Swords. So someone is restricting the information coming out of there. We will get the truth at some point here. King of Cups, Knight of Cups, Queen of Wands. So feels like a reporter or someone, actual truth. Judgment, Ace of Wands, and Dark Times. So it's going to be a shock when we get the truth. So I don't know, 560. Don't really feel it's that high, but
No, I don't think it's that. If there were that many dead, you know, in World War II, you could sort of hide that whole groups of divisions of soldiers would get lost or wander off. But with the instant communication we have now, that's not going to hold for very long.
no, I think mostly we're just blowing through money and equipment for no real reason. Last I heard, we've lost certain drones, high altitude drones, 4 military jets, plus burning up all the missiles and whatnot.
Okay. Bondi's $127 million Palm Beach house. Is that accurate?
So I tried to search
To find any truth about it?
and I can't find any truth. It's been all over the internet. And there was a video that I first seen was Rachel Maddow speaking of it, right?
Was it really Rachel? Because they have those fake Rachel.
It looked like AI.
Yeah.
I went back through every MS Now video of Rachel Maddow speaking, and there was none of her speaking about this. And every video I seen was not from MS Now. It was like a foreign source having that video, foreign source having that video. So it could be fake. I tried searching about that through AI and Google, and nothing comes up about any Palm Beach home. So just that would be. So let's see.
My in card is the Knight of Cups, who can be the liar. It's yes and no. She's got a very expensive home there, but it's not 127 million.
I even searched the there was a capital finance group or something, what they said in the video. AI or nothing could find it if it even exists.
Everybody's property. When you buy a house, it gets put on the rolls, you know. I mean,
there's a lot of Rachel Maddow fake.
Oh yeah,
fake out there.
They've got her down pretty good, but they don't have it perfect.
Once I started searching, it's all Rachel Maddow fake ones. I think it's all fake.
Yeah, I think it's true. I think it's out by. I think she has a very expensive home somewhere, but I don't think that's it.
So I got put out to the universe the Page of Wands for dark content, for negative content. I got Knight of Wands, Page of Cups, Queen of Swords. So that gives me the feeling that, like you said, there's a home, expensive property or something given to her with the Page of Cups. Here's an offer. Here's something for you. The Queen of Swords would be her. Outcome, I get broke, justice, and the Strength card, which is kind of weird. This is definitely not having a multi-million dollar property. Judgment upon her, or justice.
Maybe she doesn't own it.
And then Strength. So I think she does have a gifted property or something for doing what she's doing, that kind of feeling. But I think through legal action, she's going to be ended up brokenhearted for what she's done and the outcome. But I think this video is fake.
Okay. We had two questions back to back. The first one was, what's next for Jasmine Crockett? And then there was this question. Do you think Jasmine Crockett will replace Ted Cruz? So I thought I'd go to that one. What's going to happen right now is they're forming a lawsuit about how the primaries are structured. I'm not in love with primaries. And I think the way, especially how they're structured down here, where some party can have control of the other party's primary. But I want you to know that the machines are owned by and maintained by a very powerful Democratic lawmaker down here. One of the companies. He doesn't own them in his house. He's part of the company that owns them.
So I have a question. I was reading something, if it's true or not, but they have Republican machines and Democrat machines.
They have to, because your ballots are different.
Oh,
the names on the ballots are different.
That makes no sense, though.
Well, why?
Isn't it an open?
Yeah, but you have to pick a side. When you go in the door, they say, go right. As it happens for me this time, it was right was Republican, left was Democrat. Very glad to hear that, because going right for me sounds very fatal, but going left's okay.
That seems wrong.
And you go over there. No, that's not. The problem is, I've run polls and I know how the machines work, and I've seen the insides, and I've actually had machines break, just stall or won't feed the cards anymore. Had to call little technicians in. I've seen all the insides. It's like a giant one-armed bandit machine, But what are you going to do? I mean, I had a guy, last time I worked the polls, it was a primary. And this guy came up and he goes, I want to vote over here. And I said, but I just saw you vote in the Republican side. I mean, the fact that they're in the same place is also kind of a problem. And he said, well, why can't I vote in both of them? And I said, because the law says in primaries, you can vote in the one. You can't vote in both. And he was ready to take me on. I said, sir, I'll call the sheriff if you don't get out of my face, because that's the law and you don't like it too bad.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems weird. I mean, like Wisconsin, there's no separation. No one knows if you're Republican or Democrat when you're going in there.
Well, are you given a ballot with all the names on it?
Yes. And you have your choice, but in the primary, you have to stick to one. Well, otherwise, your ballot will be not voided.
Well, that would be another way to handle it, but it's not the way they do it here.
Like I said, it just seems weird. It's like
they want to be able to break.
Forcing you to take a side when your vote is supposed to be secret, right?
Yeah. Well,
It's
So
wrong. It's wrong in Texas.
and now they say, yeah, I know it's always wrong in Texas, but they say these ballots are traceable. They print who you voted for in text that's so tiny that an ant couldn't read it. So yeah, I guess it's up there, but
Dave asked what cards I'm using. These are the cards I made.
they're wonderful.
The Farmer's Tarot. I combined cards. I made them, with animals on them. But I have no more. And it would cost like $30 to $40 to have one made. So I bought them in bulk when I had them made, which brought it down to like 26 or something. But I have no more of them. I would need 20 to 30, 40 people in order to even order anymore. Actually, I got them in 50 pack.
And you need the money up front. Trust me.
Yeah. I mean, I have of my Oracle cards, I got like 30 left that I paid for. So that's like $500 sitting there. I haven't, given out. But anyway, Jasmine.
Yes, I do. I think she's going to go for it.
Jasmine is she's very betrayed right now. I think she thought she had the Senate seat in the bag. Lovers, 4 of Pentacles, but the 5 of Swords in between it. So she's feeling betrayed. She thought she would have this Senate seat in the bag. The current energy, feeling loved, feeling generous with the Queen of Pentacles. 5 of Wands. There's some conflicts in there. Being annoyed. Magician. I think she feels she's got a good future. She has skills. She can manifest. She's got the right personality to succeed in the future. Moving forward, the Sun. She's going to continue to be a firebrand in the house. The Moon and Ace of Swords. So I think she's going to be just continue to bring out those lies out there. Bring out that mental clarity. She's going to she's going to keep her name out there, by doing what she's doing to stay in the group. Future. Queen of Cups. Self-improvement. Possible new romance. Being the visionary. 3 of Wands. She's seeking out what she should do next. The Emperor. Being a leader. And then the 9 of Swords. Suffering. That's the delay and regrets because she's got to start over. So I think she's going to succeed in what she does next. But she doesn't know what's next yet. So I'd have to throw some more if it's...
I just asked about running against Ted. And I said, by the time she runs against Ted, she'll be finished crying over the spilt milk of having lost. She's going to raise a whole bunch of people who really love her. The world is going to be surrounding her. She's going to have all the money she needs. And then you got my yes card. Yes, she's going to be who they're going to set up to beat Ted Cruz. Ted will be sweating worse than on his way to Cancun, let me tell you.
Shuffle again on if she's running against, going to run for Cruz in 2 years.
She's going to be in Tallarico's position. He didn't have anything to do but run against her. So
I get Empress, new path, forming partnerships, Temperance, waiting it out. Yeah, I think she is. I get the Sun.
Yeah.
So she got high goals. I think she's going to, she's a lawyer, so she can get work, which is good there. I think she's going to stay in the limelight.
She's going to write a book. They all write a book.
115 days, not 107.
Well,
Yeah, keep her name out there. She can definitely try to run against Cruz.
mhm. Okay. So many are saying all Democrats as well as Republicans need to go because of the Epps situation. I don't agree that liberals are involved. Well, I think liberals were involved. I don't think your political affiliation has anything to do with the trash they were doing. Will those like AOC continue serving? Okay. This is going to be the Republicans' plea. Get rid of everybody you've got because we have crumbs in our corner. Now, there are Democrats that were over there playing in it. None of you are probably old enough to remember when the guy who was, what Mike Johnson is now. He was I think he was from Texas or Arkansas. He got caught in a fountain, swimming around in a fountain in Washington, D.C. with his girlfriend while he was married. I mean, it doesn't matter. But I think that if someone did something wrong, it should be exposed. If it's Epps stuff, all the Epps stuff should be out there, whoever it is.
Yeah. Anyone involved did anything bad, they should all go.
That's right.
And
I don't think you throw out everybody on both sides and say, start again, because trust me, it's hard enough if you know who they kind of are. Okay.
The problem is, like, Mikey Johnson won't discipline his own or force them to leave.
Well, I think Mikey does do discipline, but we just don't see it. No? Was that too much?
It's probably at his religious house he lives at.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he has his own idea of constraint, and it's not moral. Are troops going to abandon their posts and go AWOL? Which troops?
There's probably fear being over there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was reading reports before he even started that, like, a lot of them were upset. A lot of them been gone for like 11 months from their family.
Well, the ones on the ships off South America are supposedly losing it, I haven't heard any stories of their commander shooting them like I've heard about the Russian army. This is not a good situation, Scott. What I pulled is horrible.
Yeah, I feel. I mean, my outcome is like no. I don't see a massive abandonment because I got Ace of Wands, Six of Swords, and the Chariot. So I think things get better. But there is depression there. There is sadness going on right now. There's arguing within. What do we do in this? What's the point? That kind of feeling. So I get the Five of Cups, heavy loss and sadness. The Knight of Swords, this military action, and with the Five of Wands, the lack of energy, the rival, the conflicts, the arguing. So I don't think the morale is very good, but
yeah,
the outcome is like, we're together, we'll do this.
I got that they're young. They're really young, and a lot of them are untested, and they think he's an idiot. I mean, it's not like they have a person that's bearing the flag that they like much. And this is my outcome of them abandoning. The star becomes a goal. The devil's in there mixing it up, making it happen, and they're able to complete it. So I think that may bring the war to a more sudden end than anything else, is when the military can't control troops anymore.
Yeah.
Never having been in the military, I can only speak from afar.
Yeah. I mean, I was never in any conflict when I was in the Air Force. that I felt danger because I was mainly just doing my job. I didn't tote a gun. I was away from the front lines of anything a couple times. And I never seen or heard of any of the conflicts that I was temporary duty to having any loss of life. So different time.
Liquid natural gas blocked, and it's Hormuz. It's an O, Hormuz. Yes, that's true. And that's what's really screwing up the Japanese economy, the Korean economy, and the Chinese big time.
Yeah. You're hitting oil. Natural gas is the issue too.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's going to skyrocket. Because I think that's going to be a huge pressure on the administration when these prices skyrocket. Heating and fuel.
Be the change you want to see in the world. Today is going to be a peaceful day. The monks and the Aloka wise advice. So that's those guys that walked across America. Thank you. It's a nice thought for the day.
Be the change. Focus on peace.
And now we get the other thought. This is a shit show. We'll take this Republican administration out. Trump doesn't care. Israel's in charge. The Republicans, and with Republicans and some Democrats. Will we have any sort of? We did a cease. I don't know. You want to do a ceasefire soon? Because we've seen that the real disentangling won't happen until 2028.
It's really amazing how much this country supports Israel, who's the size of New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much every able-bodied male is in the guard.
Oh no, they get out for religious purposes. That's how Netanyahu's kids got out.
Oh, he's in a mansion in Florida.
I know. Well, he also had legal trouble, so.
Okay.
And no, this is not what I get is a no. It should bring them down. We should be looking at this and say, how the hell we get out of this? That should be our intentions, but I don't see it as being our intentions. It doesn't help.
There's way too much support I'm getting here for Israel.
Yeah.
It's like, because of our intelligence gathering stuff, it feels like they need everything. The Five Eyes or whatever, it's just like, if you, as a whole, Congress, the United States policy thinks Israel is the star. It's freaking crazy to me. A temperate love affair. Moving forward, the devil, King of Cups, and illusion, delusion. I think people are going to be called out for their financial dealings for Israel. It has to do with the AIPAC.
Well, why are all these people that took away rights for women in this country to choose? We hand all this millions to them and they have abortion on demand. You don't have to say anything. You just walk in and say, I want one. There's no sense to any of this.
My outcome is 9 of Wands. So we got betrayal from powers. 8 of Wands, there's hope coming. Ace of Swords, intervention, truth. 3 of Swords. Yes. So we're talking about shit show, hurting people, and anyone. I think the people will vote for anyone. that doesn't support this Israel aligned war.
Bye-bye, Chucky Schumer.
So yeah, anyone that's supporting this Three of Swords is going to bring it to them. Yeah, people are done.
Okay.
People are done. They're waking up to how much money we give Israel.
And that we don't get anything back.
And we get, except a little intelligence. But it's probably all fake. Now.
Will Amy Klobuchar win the Minnesota governor's race and appoint Tim Walz to her Senate seat?
Well, yes. Yes, one, Amy will win. I think the bigger thing is what's Tim going to do. But that would be funny. They just swap. And Tim finishes out the Senate. It's just crazy how they're trying to make him out to be the bad guy over.
Well, you can tell who the Republicans fear the most. They try to make them the biggest heavies they can.
The leading Republican candidate for governor is another Carrie Lake type. She's a Looney Tune. The next kind of like also Jeanine Pirro. She's got the same energy.
Oh no.
She got the same energy as those two.
Just Janine?
There's no way Minnesota's going to elect either of those two. So I think the question here is Tim's future. If he's going to walk away for now or be appointed.
Yes, she's going to win the governor's seat, but she's going to have to really fight for it. And it doesn't have an opinion about Tim Walz.
I'm just asking about Tim's. I believe Amy will win. Okay. I think Tim can handle the situation currently. Arguing against him. Because I get him as the magician facing the judgment. He's still got prosperity, so I'm not saying that him involved or getting dinged because of the money being lost there in this. I got a celebration, working hard with the Three of Coins, and then a Wheel of Fortune. So he's going to come out on top, whatever he does here. In the current energy. Then I have Knight of Cups. Here's a gift of love, a good person. Three of Swords, though. He's going to take a political hit, unfortunately, but it's all lies with the Seven of Swords. Outcome. King of Wands. Ace of Swords. Breakthrough. Seven of Wands. A little bit of bad energy there. Difficult. And then the Lovers. He's a leading choice. I definitely get that. These are good. These are good cards for him.
Yep.
These are good cards. He's in the mix. I'm not saying boom because I get some because of that Three of Swords coming up. If that wasn't there, I would say definitely yes. Because he's taking a political hit.
Right.
Because of the nonsense, right? But yeah, I think he's in the mix of doing this.
Will Israel release its e-files this week?
Israel. Oh, they're gonna release their e-files on the phone. No. Pam Bondi, you heard Pam Bondi's going in for deposition behind closed doors.
Yes.
This is a deposition. This isn't a hearing. He cannot lie.
No, she's under oath in a deposition. Yes,
She's under oath in the deposition behind closed doors. This is serious. She has to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, but what the heck she did.
Oh my God,
This is
Israel is going to release the files this week.
And
they're going to do it quickly because they're getting bad news from Washington. They're afraid something's not going to happen. This is going to solve a problem for them, and it's going to be a doctored version. But yes, that's a yes. That's a bam bam stick. That's what Danny calls bam bam stick. I have the truth. Bam bam bam.
I don't know. I'm getting dark times, illusion, delusion.
If it's not this week, it's by the 20th.
Queen of Wands next to a tower. And then some kind of documentation. I do have documents. Before I get illusions and connections. The outcome does show documentation with a tower next to a female.
About the time that
but
Bondi starts to talk.
Well, because it feels more like tidbits, not like actual documents. Because I get that delusion before and darkness. But it's next to a victory. So that victory news is a success, but it's an illusion. And it's dark.
Okay.
So like it might be something about their leader, like that Barack Barack was involved, and he used to be a president there or prime minister or whatever. But it doesn't feel like it brings down the system.
Well, this has been such a game of do we have it all? That even if you had it all, who'd believe they had it all, right?
Right.
Okay, this is another Bondi question. Did Bondi recently hand files of the Orange Man deals with other countries using stolen money to get immunity?
Did Bondi hand files?
I've never even heard that.
Deals with other countries. I'm just going to ask if Bondi has immunity.
Yeah, I'm going to ask if she's done anything to try and gain immunity. That's...
Artist 179 posted a question. Do you think Ham Bondi will even tell the truth?
No.
I mean, she has to in this deposition.
Supposedly.
These are criminal charges. She can get away with that BS in the open.
Holy crap. She did hand up. She's got something she's ready to hand over. It'll keep her out of jail. It's something she kept back. It has to do with the emperor.
Ooh.
It's sort of her last bit of control she has over him, but she does it because she wants people to make an agreement with her. You may be right, Rose Blue.
Bondi.
That was really fast, people, but believe me, that was a very condemning reading. Let me see if I got anything else in here that's fun.
Okay. On the bottom, I get the Six of Swords, so she's got a smooth sailing journey. She is. I got the King of Coins, Queen of Swords and Ace of Swords all together here. So she's partnered up with him, but there's some clarity here for her, some success. She's got a victory next to him. Outcome, I get King of Swords, loss and heartbreak, and Page of Coins. So the coin is a new path, a new job, having something. So if another prosecutor comes up against her that could be stuck or heartbreaking, she has a way. I think she's got, what do you call that? Like something in her pocket?
Mm-hmm.
The Page of Coins is an escape, but she's got heartbreak coming upon her.
Mm-hmm.
Judged. But she does have an ace with that, ace in the hole with that Page of Coins. So it does feel like she's got a back door kind of feeling of like, I'm going to make things better with the Six of Swords, even though I'm doing what I'm doing. But I have no clue what it is. I don't know if it's this stolen money or whatever, but Bill Barr got away because he had a ace in the hole.
Mm-hmm. No, he is an a-hole. That's how you got away.
Yeah, there you go. But I don't know. She's done so many horrible things. I don't see how she gets away, no matter what it is.
Well, did you see her when she wouldn't pay attention to the survivors, when she wouldn't answer them back? Did you see how weird she got? I have a friend who's a survivor of abuse, and I told her what I saw and how Bondi stood up then. Bondi was abused. And her thing is, well, I've made it and I'm not going to look at you. I'm not going to have anything to do with you because it might be catching, not getting away from it. And I think that's a big part of why she's half as crazy as she is. That woman has a lot of shadow work to do.
I know. I didn't take a close look at it. I just seen she wasn't even looking, but
no,
makes sense.
Oh, she's not looking for her shadows. She doesn't have to. Hers are so bad now they jump in front of her.
If she was, it's sad that she's not standing up for him.
Well, yeah, and that's hideous. But it's like women who vote against women when they know better, and it's just we were all raised to not trust each other. There's a whole lot of background in that. If you do your shadow work, girl, she'll get rid of it. Okay. Will there be food shortages and increase in food prices?
Well, that's not a huge area because it's basically a desert.
No, but because distribution cycles will get mixed up. They already have people starving in Africa every day because of Ukraine. Ukraine was their breadbasket.
For wheat, yeah.
And the U.S., we burned how many billions of dollars worth of food rather than distribute it? And it's like, I forget how many children a day now starve to death because of Trump's policies. And will that spread to us? Yes. Somehow or another, the kind, gentle God we all believe in makes sure that we get to feel it. So. That's such a lovely question for Sweet Fairyish to have sent us.
So yeah, the protection of everything's been changed.
Mm-hmm.
The normal cycles are obviously, the Wheel of Fortune is that circle of life, the change.
Right.
And that protection around it, the normal cycle, have been disrupted. Yeah, because of this authoritarian move, governments and whatnot will be restricted.
Mm-hmm.
8 of Swords from normal flows, and there will be forge shortages. I feel like there is, trying their best to make the energy action, change from these shortages. You can almost get the feeling like the World Food Organization or something,
Mm-hmm.
Like different groups will try their best to help, but there's going to be severe restrictions. I get the Moon about trying to help, and then the Chariot, and it makes me feel like trucks bringing food in through the dark and underground ways, like what's that food truck organization?
Meals on Wheels.
Chef.
Oh, Chefs for Freedom or Chef for. Yeah, I know the guy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like him trying to help, but I mean, a lot of outrage, a lot of news about what's going on will help create change. But yeah, people, when you get in a war situation, it's tough to get, the food and everything in there. So it feels like that area, yes. I mean, the Americas are kind of safe because we have most of our supplies, but what does your card say?
My cards say that it's going to start, a worldwide famine's going to start. And
worldwide?
yeah, because nobody's paying attention to it. They're saying, they're saying, oh, that's not really happening, blah, 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 it's not happening. But the war or warlike efforts are going to get in there. And then when they start to see things break down, there's going to come to a change of heart. And this is them walking away from war. That Nine of Swords in this deck is walking away from war. So, and then we invade in Cuba in the next 3 months. Now, there's a nice thought.
Oh, good Lord. That's right. The clown keeps talking about Cuba.
Mm-hmm. I'm not going to do Cuba on my bunny cards. I'll do them in my.
It's been reported that our Justice Department is looking to see if they can charge the president of Cuba with anything like they did with Venezuela.
Yeah, but aren't we already restarting everything up diplomatically with Venezuela? It was just for show. And the problem is that something they could do for show that they think, oh, we can walk away from it 3 weeks later. They're going to find out you can't. Guess what? They've kept those American cars running a long time in Cuba. They're resourceful. But I wouldn't want to invade Cuba. It's a jungle. Isn't it? It's a jungle, right? I mean, it's very. I gotta know.
The first card is 8 of Cups, walking away from it.
Mm-hmm.
They're just pushing out lies. There's no resources to grab there.
Mm-hmm.
The world is watching.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, 5 of Coins in the end. No resources there. Hermit.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking about it. Careful not to get involved. The Chariot and Ace of Swords. The Chariot is taking charge, but the truth of the matter is they have no definitive reason to go in there.
Yeah.
I don't see a indictment of the president in order to justify everything they put out.
To go in and get, except to say, yay, rah, we're in Cuba.
You're right. Yeah, that's pretty much what they're going to do here. Rah, rah, all lies in deceit with the Seven of Swords, talking about Cuba.
Mm-hmm.
Authoritarian role, but everything will be a loss. I think in the past they are looking at, like it's like the report, looking for justice, see if there's anything
Mm-hmm.
legal they can do, but they find out it's a Five of Cups loss, and they're in the hangman position of trying to do an operation in Cuba. So I don't see it happening.
Yeah, I start out with the Seven of Swords reversed. They're not going to take action. And this card, it means something shady way. That's what that means. But they're connecting to people that are telling them to pull back. They want to move. The government would like to make a move on it. The hangman reversed, but they're going to end up waiting patiently because someone's intervening and telling them, no, not here, not now. So good for them. Okay. Let's see. Thank you.
Thank you, artist.
Thank you very much, artist. Okay, we got this question. Oh, yeah. Does a Christian caliphate really believe it's going to bring about the second coming of Jesus by hastening Armageddon? You know, that's what I never understood. Did the Israelis not understand that by siding with us and all this, the deal was the total destruction of Israel? So, you know, this is, I don't understand this. I'm going to just pull one card. Oh, good. I got a good card. Only the high priestess knows what's going on in their poor little empty skulls, and she's not talking.
He's weird throw. I'm trying to figure this out, but it's I don't know. I just feel it's nuts. I get my justice card, Six of Swords, and then a tower. Hastening. Jesus. I mean, I don't get any like second coming, that kind of feeling.
No.
Because it's in the past. It's basically, you know, speaking about it within community, and then the magician. It makes me feel like, you know, Jesus is everyone. Jesus is here. You know, love. There's no second coming. You know, Jesus is the creator. You know, it just means crazy, but change comes from balancing, and it comes from drastic changes. The war brings a eventual balance by taking out leaders or taking out, you know, the negative aspects of life. But unfortunately, that's the way it happens. You know, a tower can mean a death. A tower can mean, you know, an impeachment, whatever it is, you know. But no, it's just so weird. It's just so weird to me.
Okay. Speaking of weird people, Hegseth in the next 3 months. Do you think he'll still be there?
Feels like he's hanging on by a thread. Celtic Seer says yes. Okay. Pete Hegseth. Pete Hegseth. Pete Hegseth. Does Pete Hegseth?
My first card is he's aggressively stressed out. Really?
Well, yeah.
And his next card was, damn, this place sucks. He's still trying to move forward because he's Pete Hegseth. And then he's got happily fulfilled is reversed. And let's see what we got else. We got feet. Oh, and at the end we got the tower. I would say there won't be a Pete Hegseth that we can talk about in an official capacity in the next 3 months.
In the past, I feel like he had all the protection he needed. Him being the magician, basically like a inspired type of fool. Being in the administration with the 4 of coins, and then I don't know why, but this card makes me feel like these using faith or fake faith.
Is that a form of alcohol I don't know about?
Yeah. His cup's kind of down there.
Yeah. Oh dear.
It's bottomed out. Then I have Queen of Wands, Page of Swords, and 5 of Wands. So that gives me that lack of energy there with him. Radical actions. And then I had the Chariot, 6 of Cups, and Knight of Cups. I mean, he's got heavy stresses on him on the bottom here, but doesn't seem like he goes anywhere because he's got protection within for some silly reason. That Knight of Cups. The Chariot is still in position. 6 of Cups, he's been there, so it's his continuing. So I'm not getting he's going to get blown up in the next 3 months. Could be later. Guess we'll see.
Okay.
How long you want to go?
Oh, let's do a couple more. And this is one. It's not a question, Scott, so we can do this quickly. Send ice over. They're well armed.
Good point, Rose.
And we got the vote by mail people. And that's true. They can't fix the vote by mail.
Why I always say, at least if you're not in a vote by mail state, you vote early.
Vote early.
You avoid a lot of drama.
So, shall we do an out card for all this?
Sure, that's better. A lot of craziness.
Thought of the day.
Just grab one of those. Oh. Crazy Celtic. I pulled one card out of my ET Oracle, and she's talking about the full moon on the 1st. And I get the full moon energy.
Very good.
The hidden secrets. Use the full moon to your fullest advantage. Well, let's see what the inspiration cards get here. Yeah. I get the divine guidance with the Hierophant card of the 5. It's consider alternative approaches, surrounding yourself with wise people. Page of Wands, following your passion, and the King of Raphael, the ability to create. How does this come in? I think it's just talking about following your passions and accepting only positive people in your life, wise ones, so that your essence, your soul can accept better guidance by keeping, within a good circle of friends, a good circle that's passionate and not negative.
Very good. What I pulled was from this deck, the Crystal Medicine Oracle. And I pulled a beautiful card today. I pulled the Diamond, which is Mother Mary. That's right. That's up. Okay. Let me see. Trying to get her upright. Okay. Okay. That's it. Mother Mary. This is one of the most powerful cards in the deck. It has come to you today to remind you that you are love. Love is expressed here as unconditional love, which has no boundaries. The energy makes up the universe. No matter what happens, embraces everything with abundance in all ways. This love is shared with no exception, with no expectation of getting anything in return. It's your true state of being. It's who you are. Do whatever is required so that you can be connected to the abundant. And that's her.
Nice.
Pretty. Pretty round. I hate round cards. Because, what's up, what's down,
Blessings, Linda.
And let's make it live. And I want to thank everybody who came, everybody who posted. Thank you, artist, again. I've started planting my seeds, but they're the real one in my indoor. I have one of those gardens that's a grow light garden. I started my lettuces this week. I started my herbs last week. Getting into doing that. I've got a show on Tuesday, and I'm not sure what it's going to be about. I've got a couple of other psychic profiles I'm taping this week, and I have lots of room for readings. If people say, "Oh, you can't get hold of me for a reading till May," no waiting line here. We're here, we're ready. And just, I know a lot, there's so much horrible news, but
Definitely.
There's also some things where things have worked. They've worked the way they're supposed to. And
well, this Middle East conflict is just another stepping stone to see who this administration is.
That's right.
All those MAGA types complaining about, oh, gas is so cheap. Look at my president. Right? You can't say that anymore, can you?
Nope. Went up 50 cents a gallon in 2 days. Well, after they started,
and it's going to keep going up.
And also, if you are a reader that's out here that I haven't approached about coming on to psychic profiles, I'm still looking for readers. So if you're interested in being on it, Scott will tell you it's relatively painless.
Yep. Just talk about who you are.
Yeah,
and you pose the questions well.
Mm-hmm. And it's really gotten a lot of attention for me on Substack because people are like, God, we never knew where readers came from or how many different kinds there are.
Yeah. Someone artist said 40 cents in New York. Well, my work truck diesel, it went from 384 to 459. So what's that, 60, 70 cents?
I still think I'm under $3 a gallon. No, what is it now? 320. It went up since yesterday. It's 320 now. So, but I don't ever drive. As you all know, I never go anywhere. So, but the way things get to me is paid for by gas. So,
right.
And blessings on everybody. I still need two happy campers to come be part of my Tarot class for it to make.
I get you, Liz. California is a whole different ball game as far as fuel costs.
Oh, it always has been, but you're protecting your environment. Down here, we got more fuel under us than we need to give out. But then over in Louisiana, where they've been forcing the oil and gas out, they had the largest earthquake they've ever had yesterday or day before. It's like 4.9, 5.0. And they don't have earthquakes. There's not a reason to have them over there unless they're screwing with the ground. So.
Good Lord. Even Washington's high, over $5.
Ooh.
How
much is the class? The class is $200. It's $250 for 6 weeks of organized class. And then there's 4 or 5 weeks afterwards where we just have practice sessions where we meet as a Zoom group and practice with each other. So there's 6 weeks of formal education and 4 or 5 weeks. And in the 4 or 5 weeks after the class, we bring in people from previous classes. So you get people who've been reading for a while and people who haven't been. I agree, Celtics here. It's price gouging. It's just like eggs.
There's zero reason, if your tanks are full underground, that it goes up 30 cents because you paid a certain cost.
Well, it was sitting in a tank somewhere, before now. Yes. I remember. Do you remember the old gas line days, Scott?
No.
When Jimmy Carter was president?
I wasn't driving then.
Oh, okay. That's right. You're a baby. I keep forgetting.
Yeah, when Jimmy Carter was, I was like 10, 12.
Okay, you really don't remember. I found one little old 1930s gas station hidden in the center of Dallas where no one knew where it was because it was behind all these warehouses and stuff. And I never waited in a line the entire time that was going on.
Oh, yeah. Louisiana had a
earthquake.
Earthquake.
4.9.
Didn't do any damage from what I seen, but it was rather strong.
Yep, that's why they quit fracking around Dallas. They stopped all the fracking around us because it was shaking downtown. And also, please come see me on Tuesday, and I'll put out notices if I do anything else fun during the week.
Celtic asked when their classes start. Did you say that?
They start as soon as I have enough. I need 2 more people, and then we're ready to go. Matter of fact, we're even at the point where we're figuring out what night is best for everybody to come. Innocent Potato hasn't bought gas since 2023. Good girl.
Nice. Interesting.
Yep. Gas lines made people get cars that went further, for damn sure. Well, everybody have a lovely day. And Scott and I are going to go by so he can go enjoy the lovely weather for the next couple days. It was going to get 28 next week, Scott. Yay.
Yeah, we're going to be warm here for a bit and then back down to some lows here and there.
Well, take care, everybody. Bye.
Bye-bye.